welcome back, Knights of the Round Table, to more Conquests of Camelot. Now I am going to be going through the Catacombs. We're getting close to the Grail. I can feel it! And so can King Arthur. So let me begin by looking at murals. It shows the death of Adonis, one of Aphrodite's lovers. The legend is written in the Liber Ex Doctrina. Interestingly, there's also a tree filled with golden apples in this mural. So if you read the excerpt, it says, Adonis was a youth of such extraordinary beauty that he was adored by Aphrodite. When he was but a child, she hid him inside of a chest, which she left in the care of Persephone, goddess of the underworld. But Persephone disobeyed Aphrodite and opened the chest. Seeing Adonis, she too fell in love with him. When Aphrodite came to fetch the young man, Persephone refused to release him. The warring goddesses ended their dispute when Zeus decreed that Adonis would spend half the year with Aphrodite and half the year in the underworld with Persephone. But Ares, the god of war, was jealous of Aphrodite and her passion for Adonis. He transformed himself into a boar, waited for the young man to go hunting, and fatally gored him, leaving Aphrodite to bitterly mourn her lost love. So yeah, I am reading that from the Liber Ex Doctrina, the game manual, but anyway, let's continue exploring this area. I love the catacombs. I love the music in here. I can't believe the soundtrack in this game. I know I keep bringing it up, but still. Let me look at this mural here. This mural shows the death of Hippolytus as brought about by Aphrodite. The full story is told in your Liber Ex Doctrina. Let me go ahead and look at the spirals here. There are lunar and solar spirals here. A solar spiral goes in the sunwise direction. Sunwise is the direction that the shadow of the sun moves around a sundial. A lunar spiral moves to the left in the opposite or counter sunwise direction. Solar spirals are signs of a god, while lunar spirals are signs of a goddess. Now let me read from the manual regarding Hippolytus. Hippolytus was the son of King Theseus. He was an avid hunter who rode out every day in his chariot. Aphrodite loved him because of his handsome form, but he scorned her love and the love of all women. Furious at being rejected by the handsome prince, Aphrodite caused his stepmother, Phaedra, to fall in love with him, but Hippolytus rejected her as well. Phaedra convinced Theseus that her son had married her, whereupon the king called upon the sea god Poseidon to exact revenge. While Hippolytus drove his chariot along the shore of the Saronic Gulf, Poseidon sent a fierce bull from the waves to panic the horses. They stampeded and Hippolytus was dragged to his death behind the chariot. Oh, those wacky Greeks. There's so much incest and impropriety in some of these old tales. Let me look at the pentagram here. It is a 5-pointed star or pentacle that is associated with the goddess. And because it is formed of one unbroken line, it is used to keep out harmful spirits or to lock them in. Let me keep going. There's lots to explore down here. Let me go ahead and take a look at the symbols. Over one doorway is a small mushroom. Over the other doorway is the Gnostic symbol of the 8-rayed sun. Let me ask about the Gnostic symbol. Gnostic means knowledge. It refers to secretive Christian cults who seek after heavenly knowledge, disdain all matters of the flesh, and worship Sophia, the great mother of all wisdom. For the past 4 centuries, they have been heavily persecuted by the Christian sect ruling from Rome and may have met here to worship in secret. Then let me ask about Sophia. To the Gnostics, she is the great mother of wisdom, creator of the universe, mother and wife to the God who came after her. Because of this belief, the Gnostics also allow women to be priests, and for this reason the Christians in Rome particularly hate them. Let me keep going. Let me go to the right over the mushroom door here. And let me start examining some things. Let me look at the symbols. One symbol is a pentacle. The other is a labarum. Arthur, beware the rats. Any closer and you will be bitten. So if you do get close to the medallion, you do die, but I'm going to use my sword to grab the medallion from a distance. Haha! Very clever, Arthur. You have safely taken possession of the medallion. Yes, I'm a clever boy, aren't I? Unlike that mummy behind me. Alas, a rat has bitten you. There was nothing you could do to avoid it. The Hierophant warned that even one bite was lethal and death inevitable, though it may be slow in coming. And it appears that Galahad has fallen prey to the rats, for there he lies upon the bier, unaware even of your presence. So this is not good at all. Let me try to talk to him. He is in no condition to answer you. So let me give him the elixir. Do the noble thing here. Save him instead of myself.
Arthur, my king, I knew you would come. Only way out. The gift for Aphrodite. You must bring her the...
He has lapsed into a healing coma. By the time he is healed, you will be dead of the rat's poison. You have but one chance to find the Grail. Only its healing powers may yet save you, if you can find it in time. Do not despair or regret your choice. You have done the good and noble deed and saved Galahad, who served you so faithfully. So, quite a predicament right now. I have to quickly find the Grail or I will die. By the way, you do have to make the noble choices in this game, or you will be unworthy of getting the Grail at the end. So it is important to save all of your companions. Sir Gawain from the Black Knight, Lancelot from the Ice Queen, and Sir Galahad must save him from the rat's poison. Let me go up this way. How absolutely dramatic.
I smell warm blood in my flesh. Come closer. I have golden treasure. Come closer and see.
Let me go ahead and inspect the lid here. Below the pentacle are carved these words. Cursed is the priest who lies here. He betrayed the goddess and stole her treasures, sacred objects of gold he has stolen. By the sign of the pentacle he is imprisoned. The star of the goddess rules him. Take heed, ye who read these words of warning.
The accursed pentacle.
Let me take a look inside the coffin. The thing has retreated from the warding spell of the medallion. There is a glint of gold at this end of the sarcophagus. I believe... Aye, it is the golden apple. Let me go ahead and take the apple. An apple of solid gold. I wonder how often the fiend has used it as a lure. So yeah, if you have the medallion that I got with my sword, then you are able to approach this guy. Another room with a mural. Let me take a look at it. It shows the story of Pygmalion, which is written in your Liber Ex Doctrina. This version is rather fancifully embellished with doves and piping satyrs. Alright kids, gather round for another story time from the manual. Pygmalion was a sculptor who lived on the island of Cyprus. Aphrodite was displeased with the women of his town, who had refused to accept that she was divine. She cursed them so that they lost all sense of modesty and would give themselves to any man who came along. Because of their behavior, Pygmalion disdained the company of women, but nonetheless, he devotedly worshipped Aphrodite. He remained alone, carving his statues. One such statue he carved of ivory, and it was of a woman so beautiful that he fell deeply in love with her image. But she was only a statue until Aphrodite heard his prayers and pleas. Pygmalion was rewarded for his devotion. The cold ivory turned to warm flesh as his statue came to life and embraced him. Okay, let's move on. Man, I love how the game incorporates the manual here because they did so much research. Like, they have a whole bibliography in the manual of where they got all this from. But let me look at this statue here. There is a stone statue of Aphrodite in the center of the room. Upon one hand rests a carved dove, but the other hand, though held out with palm open, is empty. So obviously I have to put the golden apple there. I'll do just that.
You have brought the gift by which I am made complete. For this I will tell you what you must do to escape the catacombs. First be warned, from this moment on, every door within the catacombs is a possible trap. If you leave the safety of this room too soon, you may be trapped forever within a tomb. It is Aphrodite's will that you should know something of her history. I will pose you 6 questions to test your knowledge of her. Each question requires but one word in answer. When you have answered all 6, I shall reveal to you how you may escape the catacombs. As for the sacred cup, it lies beyond the catacombs. You will not find it here. The test begins now. Who fell in love with Adonis and refused to release him from the underworld?
So from reading, we know that it was Persephone.
That is the answer. The test continues. What is the name of the king who was father to Hippolytus?
And again, from reading the story, we know, indeed, that the answer is none other than Theseus.
That is the answer. The test continues. Whose company did Pygmalion disdain?
And we just read this one. He hated the women.
That is the answer. The test continues. Who was dragged to death behind his chariots?
Very unfortunate tale. The tale of Hippolytus.
That is the answer. The test continues. In the kingdom of Flora, what represents fertility and is sacred to Aphrodite?
So this is an apple.
That is the answer. The test continues. Whom did Pygmalion worship?
So he worshipped Aphrodite. Remember, she rewarded him by bringing a statue to life.
You have given the 6 answers I require and earned your chance at freedom. First, accept this gift. When you have proven yourself by sword and shield, the time will be right to use the dove. To escape from the catacombs, you must enter 6 doors exactly as I tell you. If you choose a door that is wrong, you will find yourself trapped forever. You begin here by choosing the first door you must enter. The door you choose must face the direction I give you, and you must enter them in exactly this order. West, east, south, and north. Have no fear for Galahad. When he is healed, I shall set him free. You have earned that boon. I shall not speak again. Your escape relies now upon your own ingenuity.
Alright, let's get out of here. Let me use the lodestone so I can figure out the actual compass directions, and then I can follow her very specific instructions. Now the lodestone is always going to point north. So, yeah, if it's pointing to the right, and right is north, then I need to go west through this door. You are enclosed in a narrow tunnel within the wall. Inch forward carefully and test the floor as you go. It takes you in one direction. Let us hope you find an exit soon, for it is as cold as the grave and the stone walls covered with something slick and unpleasant. The tunnel stops at a wall. Push, Arthur! Aye, it gives way into one of the rooms of the catacombs, hidden through a doorway. The tunnel has brought you to this room. In the wall behind you, the hidden door seals. You cannot even see where it was. So next I have to go east. Let me use the lodestone. And it is pointing to the left, so east is going to be straight up. And now I need to go south. So opposite where the lodestone points, so I'm going to be going to the left this time around. And now I need to go east again. So that is going to be the rightmost passageway. I like that mummy chilling on the right side. He's just hanging out. This time I need to go south. So that is the left passageway. Once more, you are forced into the pitch-black tunnel that leads in but one direction. It seems an eternity before the tunnel takes a turning and brings you to yet another hidden door. Push harder, Arthur. Aye, it opens as the other one did and returns you to the catacombs. As before, the hidden door shuts, though it had never been there. Finally, the last direction is north. So north is going to be the left passageway. Heavy stone doors have sealed the room. Has the goddess trapped you? Or nay, look! Secret stairs leading upwards have been revealed, along with the skeleton of a warrior. That poor soul. My god. Poor skeleton. This poor warrior had his head split in two. He must have lain there for centuries. We shall never know his story. So that is going to do it for this episode, my friends. In the next one, we will leave the catacombs, find out what's upstairs, and hopefully also find the Holy Grail. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.